Hello friends and families, welcome to Database Management System course series. Today we are looking at the overview or database overview or overview of a database. My name is Prince Armstrong of Armstrong Computers. You can easily call me Prince Costi. So basically that is just that. Let's move on. Now, when we talk about a database, what is a database? Now, we said a database is a shared integrated computer structure used to store a collection of end-use data. Now, this simply means that before you enroll in Armstrong Computers, you bought a form. Now, the form that you bought, the form becomes what a database structure. The form becomes a database structure. So, as the form becomes a database structure, the next thing is that you have to then fill in. You buying the form, you fill the form with your last name, first name, and so on and so forth. So though the structure is there, but when you have an end-use data, then the database becomes a database. So basically, that is just that. When we talk about a database, it's a shared integrated computer structure used to store a collection of end-use data. Or one can also say that a database is an organized collection of related data stored in a file. So basically, that is just that. So anytime we talk about a database, bear in mind that they're talking about organizing related data stored in a file. Moving on, there are two types of database. We have the traditional approach known as the flat file database, become the paper database. And we also have the computerized database. Under the computerized database, there are two types of database. We have one known as what? The centralized database, and the two known as what? The distributed database. Now, what is a flat file database? It is a type of database that stores data on a piece of paper. So when you have, let's say, a database like a table like this, like exercise book where you have a database, you have a table like this in it, where we have here will be first what name, let me use FN, first name, and here we use last name, okay, and then we have so date of birth, DOB. So this become a database where you have the person's first name here, last name goes here, date of birth goes here. So that becomes a database on a piece of paper. So that is a flat file database. In other words, a phone book or a book containing someone's social security number, or one can say an attribute of someone, such as the person's first name, last name, dates or place of birth, or of an entity. So an entity becomes a person. Okay, an entity becomes what? A person. Okay, that becomes somebody, a person. It's a flat file database. Now let's look at the note. Note, you say what? In a flat file database, also known as the traditional approach, one cannot create a relationship between tables. Now someone may ask, what does this thing mean? Now when we come to creating a relational database, you understand. This simply means that you can have a book here, let's say this is book 1, okay, containing people's first name, last name, date of birth, and co-meanings. And this becomes book 2. Now the book 2 contains of, let's say, student fees. Okay, so in a computerized database, you can be in a student record, and you can be viewing student fees in student record. But with the traditional approach, if you want to view the student school fees, you need to take the student school fees table, okay, which is table 2, before you can know whether Joyce or Amma is owing a school fees or not. Okay, so which means you cannot link two books together. But with the computerized database, it's easy for you to just create a relationship between tables. That's what it's meant by in a flat file database, which is known as the traditional approach. One cannot create a relationship between tables. So basically, that is just that. Now, as I just said, that there are two types of database. We have the flat file database known as the traditional approach, and the computerized database. Under the computerized database, there are two types of database under the computerized database. So we have one known as what? The centralized database. Now, what is the centralized database? It is a type of database which supports data stored in a single site. Now, this simply means that let's assume this is a server, okay, server SVIN, and then we have this also is PC. So let's say this is PC 1, okay. So this PC 1 is in assignment, so AS, okay. Let's use the ASH to stand for assignment any which way, and then this one here is in TEMA, okay. Let me use TM for TEMA. So that is PC. Let's say this one becomes PC 2, okay. So this becomes TM, okay, for TEMA. So TEMA. Now let's assume that the assignment is known as Unibank, okay. So Unibank here is an assignment, and we also have Unibank in TEMA. Now come think of it, these banks, this is their head office. Their head office is located in, let's say, BBNIM, or let's say Accra, okay, ACCRA. So Accra. So now they are connected to the server like this. So which means that now if someone come from assignment wanted to, let's say let's say TEMA and assignment wanted to pull information for the sub server, they will all mine. So the server will serve one at a time. When it happens like that, that means that both TEMA and assignment are mining the data from the server. They are mining the data from what? From the server. How shall I get in it? That make it to become, the central database become what? Data mining. How shall I get in it? So that is a data. So the data is here. It's in the sub server here, that all of them are mining from the sub server. So such database is called the centralized database, also known as the data mining. The second computerized database is the distributed database. As you can see here, distributed database. Now it says that this type of database supports, which supports data distributed across several different sites. Now this simply means that in the distributed database, each PC have a sub server. Let's say this is PC 1, and PC 1 have a sub server. So let me use SVIN, okay. So let's say this become assignment. So H. So this become assignment, and then we have the main server here. So this become the main server. So SVIN, okay. So then we also have this one here, and this very one here is the TEMA. So PC 2, and this becomes TEMA TM, okay, TEMA. Now the TEMA is also having a sub server, okay. So this becomes the sub server of TEMA. So the TEMA PC2 is connected to the sub server, and the sub server is connected to what? The main server, and the main server is located in where? In Accra, A. Okay, so that's the head office. So Ashama is also, PC1 is in Ashama, connected to the sub server, and the sub server is also connected to what? The main server. So let's assume that I'm from Ashama, I wanted to come and withdraw money in where? In TEMA. So bear in mind that my record is not in TEMA, it's not in TEMA. So therefore, the record then go to the PC then go to the sub server to fetch my data. But if my data is not selected, the sub server now go to the main server to go and fetch my information from the main server to the PC2. So such become data warehousing. So the distributed database is known as what? Data warehousing. So the main server becomes the what? The warehouse. So the distributed database, as I just said, is a type of database which supports data distributed across several different sites. Now, before we move on, I'd like you to understand that there's a big difference between a database and a database management system. Now you know that a database is an organized collection of related information that is stored in the file, and now you also know the type of database that we have, and you also know the type of the examples of the computerized database that we have. Then let's look at what a database management system is. Now, when I talk about database management system, known as the DBMS, okay, anytime you see D, okay, B, okay, M, S, they're referring to database management system, okay, not a diploma in business administration. No, that's database management system. So, so database management system. They said it's a collection of programs which manage the database in sense a file filling cabinet in which powerful softwares known as database management system help manage the cabinet's contents. Now, say I don't understand all this. Let me explain for us to understand. Now, let's assume that you have a bag, okay? So this is your bag. Now, your bag consists of some series of things, so such as some series of attributes. So the bag becomes an entity that consists of some series of attributes, such as a person's first name, last name, and so on and so forth. So first and last name, your book, your comb, and so on and so forth, okay? Then now, in the bag, I'll classify the bag being an attribute known as what? The bag consists of some series of attributes. So those attributes becomes the book, your notebook, your comb, your lip shine, and so on and so forth. So that becomes a database. Now, when you get home, you see that for you to drop your bag, you always drop your bag in a wardrobe or a drawer. So the drawer becomes a database management system, DBMS or DBMS. So when you get home, you put your bag in the drawer. So the drawer is managing its content, and what is in the drawer content is your bag. So come think of it, the drawer becomes a database management system. So that is how database management system is. We have some couple of software that we use to manage a database. Okay, so in the software contain a database. So which means that the software help us to better manage the database accurately. So when we talk about database management system, they are a collection of programs which manage the database in sense a file filling cabinet in which powerful software known as the database management system help manage the cabinet's contents. Now you understand this, let's look at types of database software or types of database management system software. Now, types of database management system software. Now, come think of it here. You can see we have Microsoft Access. Yes, Microsoft Access is a relational database management system. It helps us to manage a database. We also have International Business Machine, okay, IBM. So IBM, known as International Business Machine. So that IBM, that is IBM Database 2. So International Business Machine. 3, we also have MySQL, that you know already, structured query language. We also have MySQL Server that help us to manage a database. We also have Oracle that also help us to manage a database. So more or less, there are a couple of ones and new ones that we are using now. We also have XAMPP, and XAMPP you can also use it to manage your database. So basically, that is just that. So these are the types of database management system software. All said and done, let's look at the advantage of using a database. First, let's talk about advantage 1. They said it quickly locates a specific record based on a piece of field. So based on a piece of information. For example, when I go to the bank and I want to deposit money, for instance, they need just a piece of information about me, so they can use my account number. When they type my account number, then that comes my name. So my name just pop up. So that's with the electronic database, it's very easy to locate a piece of record just by knowing one person's piece of information. They said it easily allows us to add, delete records from a file. So with the electronic database, it is easy for you to locate a specific record, add it, edit, and also delete also as well. So it's not like a flash file where you'll be looking for you'll be looking like like, you know, when you have record in a paper way and you want to then, or a database in a paper way that you are looking for a specific record, you have to go you open the next page like that. But with the electronic database, you just have to type then will just pop up. How cool is that? So that is one advantage you get. And the next is what? It helps one locate record and easily edit its content. So that is the third one. So it helps us to quickly locate a record and edit its content. Now the fourth one also says that it helps easily perform calculation. Now with the electronic database, it's easy for us to perform a calculation in the electronic database. So basically, this brings us to the end of the overview of a database management system. And I hope you enjoyed the lesson today. And I'm leaving the slide on also the whole pamphlet, and there was the course description where you guys can go and just download the pamphlet and then meditate on it. Thank you so much. Catch you in the next lesson. Bye.